Microsoft is working on a program codenamed Positron that could be a disk-to-digital entitlement system, signaling a massive shift in how you own games. This isn't just a theory, it is a direct response to a world where physical discs are being treated like trash by the industry. Sony is already reporting an 85% digital sales ratio, and Microsoft's numbers are likely even higher, meaning the disk drive is basically on its last legs. The plan is simple but cynical. If the next-gen Xbox Helix is a fully digital system without a disk drive, Microsoft needs a way to stop you from throwing away your old physical collection. Positron would supposedly let you convert those physical discs into digital licenses, so you can keep playing on a machine that can't even read a circle of plastic. It sounds like a bridge to keep you in their ecosystem, but it comes with a massive catch. Once you convert that disc, Microsoft would likely need to render the physical license defunct remotely. If they didn't, you could just give the disc to 10 friends and everyone gets the game for free, which publishers would never allow. Think about what that actually means for you. Right now, if you buy a disc, you own it. You can sell it, lend it to a buddy, or keep it on a shelf forever. In this digital-first universe Microsoft is building, that disc becomes a one-time use coupon. They want to take the physical thing you paid for and turn it into a digital file they control. If Positron happens, your physical library is effectively dead. They are trying to finish what they started back in 2013 with the Xbox One, where they wanted digital. Subscribe right now if you think being forced into an all-digital future is a security risk for your wallet. We track these industry moves so you don't wake up one day with a shelf full of useless plastic. The move is a total failure for anyone who cares about long-term ownership. Microsoft is licensing Blu-ray tech, which increases their costs, while Sony just sells an external drive. Instead of giving you a drive, Microsoft wants to give you Positron, a system that might only work with an external USB-based Blu-ray drive to temporarily grant you digital entitlements. This is cooked logic. They want to make it easier for you to move to the Xbox Helix, but the price is giving up the only part of gaming they don't have total control over. If you're a disc-based owner, you're currently missing out on features like cloud gaming or Xbox Play Anywhere. Microsoft isn't giving you these features out of the goodness of their heart. They're using them as bait to get you to kill your own physical collection. This whole system collapse is happening because the industry wants to kill the used game market. If they can get you to convert your disc, they kill the secondary market overnight. You can't sell a defunct disc to a local game shop. You are stuck in their store, paying their prices forever. It's a move that helps the company's bottom line while pretending to be a feature for the gamers. But the real drama isn't just about the discs. It's about how Microsoft plans to use a specific piece of hardware to force this digital transition on you without you even noticing. The industry transition to digital isn't just a slow fade. It is being accelerated by a specific console PC hybrid hardware strategy codenamed Helix. This new box is expected to be a fully digital system, mimicking the design of modern laptops and gaming PCs that abandoned disk drives years ago. By removing the hardware to read discs entirely, Microsoft creates a security risk for your physical library, where the only way to play your old games is to beg for a digital entitlement through the Positron program. This move is built on a cooked reality where 85% of PlayStation users and even more Xbox players have already given up on discs. Microsoft is betting that because you already use Steam, which is considered the best platform right now for handling digital rights, you won't fight back when they take away your physical discs. They want to bring back the 2013 Xbox One model where you can share your digital library with family members, but they are using that convenience to distract you from the fact that you are losing the ability to actually own a game forever. The failure here is that Microsoft isn't giving you a choice. They are forcing a transition by making the format outmoded. If you have a collection of games like The Witcher or Rise, those discs are about to become paperweights unless you agree to Microsoft's digital terms. They are trying to frame this as a welcome addition for disc owners who can't access cloud gaming, but in reality, they are just closing the loop on the physical market. But the biggest question remains. If Microsoft successfully kills the disc, what happens to the thousands of dollars you've already spent on physical games when their conversion servers eventually go dark? The danger here is that Positron isn't a permanent fix. It's a digital leash. Microsoft has to figure out a way to make the license on your disc defunct after you convert it, or else the whole system collapses because people would just pass one disc around to give everyone free digital copies. This means your physical disc, something you can touch and hold, is essentially killed the moment you click convert. You are trading a physical asset that works offline for a digital entitlement that requires Microsoft servers to stay alive. If you have a stack of classics like The Walking Dead or Left 4 Dead, you're looking at a future where those discs are just plastic circles for a machine that doesn't exist. Microsoft is looking at the rise of Steam and mobile gaming as proof that you don't care about discs anymore. They see that 85% digital ratio and think the industry for discs is on its last legs. But for the friend watching this, that's a security risk for your collection. If the digital store closes or your account gets banned, you lose everything. With a disk, you have a backup. With Positron, you have a permission slip that Microsoft can revoke whenever they want. The industry is moving toward this because it's cheaper for them. Microsoft has to pay to license Blu-ray tech, which adds costs to every console they build. By making the Xbox Helix a fully digital system without a native drive, they save money and force you into their digital store where they take a 30% cut of every single sale. They are essentially trying to bridge you into a universe where you have zero ownership, and they're using your old discs as the bait to get you there. This leads us to the final, most cynical part of the plan, how Microsoft is using family sharing as a psychological trick to make you forget that you're actually losing your right to resell your games. The psychological play here is family sharing. Microsoft knows that back in 2013, everyone hated the idea of digital only because you couldn't game to your brother or sell it to a stranger. To fix that problem, they are looking at Steam's model. On Steam, you can share your digital library with family members, which is exactly what Microsoft wanted to do over a decade ago. They are betting that if they give you this one feature back, you'll be happy to let them kill the physical disc market forever. But this is a trap. When you share a digital game, you don't actually give it away. You just grant someone else permission to use your license. You still can't sell that license on eBay. You can't trade it for another game at a local shop. Microsoft is trying to create a universe where they are the only ones who can decide who gets to play what. They are framing Positron as the first step toward a digital-first future that is supposedly better for everyone, but it's really just a way to make sure that disc-based owners don't have an exit strategy. The move is a total failure for consumer rights. By saying the disc format is outmoded and on its last legs, they are telling you that your physical collection is a burden they are doing you a favor by fixing. They want you to think like a mobile gamer or a PC user who hasn't seen a disc in years. But those platforms were built that way from the start. Xbox was built on the idea of physical ownership, and now they're trying to strip that away while pretending they're giving you more transparency and control. This all brings us to the final reality check. If Microsoft moves forward with this, the Xbox Helix won't just be a new console, it will be the final nail in the coffin for the used game industry as we know it. This whole Positron project is the final move in a long game to turn your game collection into a subscription you never stop paying for. If Microsoft successfully uses a disc-to-digital program to bridge everyone into the Xbox Helix, they effectively delete the concept of a used game. Once that physical disc is marked as defunct in their database, its value drops to zero. You can't sell it, you can't trade it, and you can't pass it down. They are taking a market that has existed for 40 years and shutting the doors so that every single cent spent on an Xbox game goes directly to them. The failure here is the illusion of choice. They tell you that disc-based owners can't access their games on the cloud, making it sound like they are solving a problem for you. In reality, they created the problem by designing hardware like the Series S and the upcoming Helix without the native drive required to read your property. It's a security risk for the history of gaming. If we let them render these licenses defunct, we are trusting a corporation to keep our access alive forever. We've seen how transparency and control usually ends with big tech. It ends with you owning nothing and them owning everything. My stance is that this move is a total system collapse for consumer rights. Microsoft is using the 85% digital statistic as a weapon to justify killing the options for the other 15%. They are betting that you are too tired to fight for your discs and that you'll take the digital entitlement just to keep things simple. But once that door closes, it never opens again. You are moving into a universe where you are a renter of every piece of media you enjoy, and the physical discs you used to love are just reminders of a time when you actually owned what you paid for. What do you think? Are you willing to kill your physical discs for the convenience of a digital license, or is Positron the line in the sand for you? Drop a comment below and let me know if you're keeping your plastic or joining the Helix cult. Subscribe right now if you want to stay ahead of the moves big tech is making to drain your rights. We don't do alarm hooks here, just the hard facts from the evidence they didn't want you to see. Subscribe and stay informed.